From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Chris Carl.
Among Delaware's top stories from the WDEL newsroom for Thursday, March 8th, the House Ethics Committee releases its findings in the Atkins case. And Wilmington celebrates its 175th birthday in grand style. Here are the details. The House Ethics Committee says the conduct of State Representative John Atkins has put the House in disrepute. WDEL's legislative correspondent Carl Konevsky with details.
A committee investigation looked at three aspects of Atkins' behavior: circumstances surrounding a traffic stop in Ocean City, including Atkins' blood alcohol level, whether or not Atkins tried to get special treatment by using his legislative ID card, and an offensive touching charge lodged against Atkins by the Millsboro Police. House Majority Leader Wayne Smith, chair of the committee, says Atkins has 20 days to respond to the findings.
He could contest it. He could not contest it. He could provide written response. He could ask for an evidentiary hearing, which time he could cross-examine any witnesses. It's an internal legislative process, but it's written in a way to mimic due process that you'd expect in a court of law.
Smith says it's a sad day for the House, but the public has the right to expect that members of the General Assembly are accorded the same privileges as any other citizen, no more and no less. I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 AM, WDEL.
The judge presiding over the corruption trial of former county executive Tom Gordon and his chief aide Sherry Freeberry will stay on the case. The federal appeals court has refused federal prosecutors' motion to have Judge John Fulham removed. Prosecutors say Fulham has made dismissive and belittling remarks about the government's case from the bench. A Wilmington man was killed last night when his car crashed into another in the Bellefonte area. Police say it happened about 8:30 at La Park Drive at Governor Prince Boulevard. Police say 49-year-old Robert Chandler didn't stop at a stop sign, then collided with another car. Police aren't sure whether road conditions were a factor. A guilty plea in the case of a starving dog. WDEL News continues in a moment.
As you look for your college experience, make sure you look at Wilmington College, your key to success.
A woman has pleaded guilty to animal cruelty after her dog was found starving in a trash bin last year. 57-year-old Cheryl Jackson of Bear pleaded guilty to 2 counts of animal cruelty. Her 3-year-old chow, Coco, was found in a trash bin last September behind a pizza shop on Red Lion Road. She was starving and had infections and a flea infestation. Jackson was fined $100 and given probation. She is not allowed to own a pet for the next 5 years. Mayor Baker says he doesn't want to use city money to help keep an elementary school open. City Council wants to use $500,000 to keep the doors open on the Elbert Palmer Elementary School. The Christina School District wants to close it because of declining enrollment and a budget crisis. The mayor does say he will go to court if the district tries to close any city schools. Senator Biden wants to make large population centers and high-threat areas safer from terrorist attacks. Biden introduced an amendment to the 9/11 Commission bill to reroute hazardous chemical shipments. The senator says there are 90-ton rail tankers carrying chemicals past some of the nation's biggest cities. According to Biden, security experts claim toxic chemicals present a mass casualty terrorist threat rivaled only by nuclear devices, certain acts of bioterrorism, and the collapse of large occupied buildings. Well, a wing ding for Wilmington's 175th birthday. We get reports on the day-long celebration from WDEL's Carl Konevsky and Brian Smith.
Snow covered Rodney Square like, well, icing on a birthday cake. An appropriate scene for the start of Wilmington's birthday celebration. As people signed their best wishes on a giant card, Mayor Baker said he hopes the good feelings the party brings stays with those who work and live in the city.
We try to get people who live here more so than the visitors. The visitors understand the beauty and the greatness of Wilmington. It's the citizens who need to understand its beauty and its greatness. Not just its history, but its current status. It's a very important city, very great city.
Baker said he was glad to see young children at the event, saying teaching history to a young audience helps create adults with pride in their community.
Every child should know their own history, whether it's their ethnic history or the history of the nation. And you'd be surprised how many people don't understand the history of the nation. why it was important and when things happened.
It was 1832 when the General Assembly granted a charter to the borough of Wilmington, officially making it a city. Reporting from Rodney Square, I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Music and revelry were the key themes of Wednesday night's finale of Wilmington's day-long 175th birthday party, which wrapped up with ceremonies at Old Town Hall on Market Street. It was there that Wilmington became a city on March 7, 1832. The evening included musical performances by the Rainbow Chorale, the Wilmington's Children's Chorus, and other groups. Mayor Baker talked about what City Council was like 175 years ago.
I saw in an 1832 paper where council members got paid $1 a meeting, and what they would do is they would meet in a bar or a tavern rather than here. And there's a good reason for that. I think that would be a much more jovial meeting.
The evening ended with a citywide toast to Wilmington's past and future. Brian Smith, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Del State, one step closer to the big dance. WDEL Sports and your Delaware AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Oh,
is everything okay, ma'am?
Not really. I need to ride DART tomorrow to get to work, and I forgot to buy my DART card. I guess I have to find a ride.
Well, you certainly come to the right place. Didn't you know that Acme now sells DART cards and paratransit multi-trip cards?
No, where?
They're available at our customer service desk.
Getting you there now starts at your 12 Delaware neighborhood Acme markets. DART and Acme have joined in partnership to be your one-stop shopping place for both groceries and DART cards. It's now easier and more convenient than ever to pick up your DART cards with Acme.
I'm Peter MacArthur.
I'm Melanie Armstrong, and here are Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour.
The most complete coverage of the news that matters in Delaware every weekday morning, 5:30 to 9 on 1150 AM WDEL.
In WDEL Sports, Joshua Blunt scored 16 of his 19 points in the second half to lead Delaware State to a 68-49 win over Coppin State in the MEAC quarterfinals. Delaware State won its 20th game of the season, giving the school back-to-back 20-win seasons for the first time in school history. The Hornets play a semifinal game tomorrow against the winner of today's game between Morgan State and South Carolina State. The University of Delaware's Bob Carpenter Center will feature nonstop basketball for the next 4 days, with the CAA Women's Tournament kicking off today. First-round action starts today with 4 games starting at noon. Delaware is the 3rd seed. The Hens have a first-round bye and play their opener Friday at 5 p.m. against the winner of today's game between VCU and Northeastern. Meantime, senior guard Teresa Smith has been named first-team All-CAA for the 2nd straight year. Delaware's leading scorer was also named the CAA's Defensive Player of the Year for the 2nd consecutive year. 4 other players picked up honors. Senior Chrissy Fisher was named 3rd-team All-Conference. Junior guard Kyle DeHaven was named to the CAA All-Defensive Team. And guards Elena Koshansky and Jamie Mundy were named honorable mention All-Academic. Joe Smith broke a late tie with a jump shot as the Sixers won their 5th straight game, downing Seattle 92-89. Andre Iguodala had a triple-double, 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. Smith's jumper broke an 89-89 tie with 14 seconds remaining. Iguodala added a free throw to ensure the win. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast: mostly sunny today, a high of 34. Tonight, clear and cold, a low down to 13. Tomorrow, more sunshine with a high of 35 and warming up just a bit for the weekend. Get news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 AM WDEL or anytime right here at WDEL.com, including news video from Delaware and around the world from WDEL and the Associated Press. I'm Chris Carl. Thanks for watching.